Hello, Aquarius. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach and I help you choose growth. I have an intuitive message for you today about your spiritual journey. We will look inside at your inner world and outside at the outer world and the relationship between the two. So let's get started. My guides are saying left to right, daughter of arrows on the outside, equilibrium, two of roots on the inside, scarcity, five of roots on the inside. One more, loss, five of, I almost said five of things, five of horns on the outside. Okay, little complicated world going on with you, Aquarius, today. So let's take a breath and back up. So I always love to start on the inside so that we're honoring and nurturing you first before we look at what's going on. Okay. So Aquarius, you're really trying to hold things in balance. You understand and you feel that there's a natural give and take to the flow of things. But that which usually anchors you, usually this is okay with you, this exchange of energy, that is being threatened a little bit by this scarcity card. The energy is heading straight for that equilibrium, which is good. But what's happening, there's really a deep fear of loss going on right now. And that fear of loss, if we can think of this like a story, is personified, animalified by these moose, and they're heading to try to disturb this equilibrium that's set up for you. And it's very difficult, Aquarius, to accept loss as something that is natural in the natural law. You can understand this as a concept, but when it's personal, it's very difficult. We understand that because there's new souls being born every day, we need to have a balance with old souls leaving, which is what we have here. One rabbit comes in, the coyote grabs another rabbit. So we're losing one, but we're gaining one. And then we're incubating more down here. So that's all fine. We understand people have to leave us. We understand that everything has its natural ending. But what happens is when we get personally attached and we start to worry about it. And what's happening here, Aquarius, is that there's something that is threatening your sense of balance. Something to do with what you fear is going to be happening in the future. And you feel that this future is going to be devastating in a way. And that when this future or this event happens, it's kind of like all hope is gone. Now in this card, there's seedlings on the bottom showing that no matter what is happening in the midst of any deep grief or loss, there is always hope and there is always new growth, but we have to be willing to pull back that scarcity or lack mindset in order to see the growth. Okay, and we also got the loss card before, so I want to look at that later for you. There's a very deep discomfort that I'm feeling, Aquarius, that, again, intellectually understand this, but you just feel like your peace of mind or your peace is being disturbed, and it feels very upsetting. So let's look at the outside and what is triggering this. So we have, as we talked about before, the loss card, five of horns. So there's something in your environment that is causing you to focus on spilled milk, something that's gone. And you can't really help what's being lost here because it's in your external environment. It's outside of your control and there's really nothing you can do about it. And what this card is asking you to do is understand that focusing on what is lost is going to keep you in that vibration of loss. Again, we have, if you're staying a long time here, you notice these two cards are back to back. When you're staying here, then this starts to encroach upon your inner peace and your inner balance. Because, okay, let me ask for some words here. The fear of this loss is affecting you a lot more deeply than you realize. And even more than the loss itself, it's the fear that is causing you the difficulty right now. Because the fear creates all these different scenarios of what might happen or what could happen or how is this going to affect this or how is this. It creates these nightmarish realities that, actually they're fantasies, they're not realities, but it really pulls you out of the present moment. It pulls you off of your balance. That's what we're really talking about here, being in the present moment. Understanding that if anything is lost, the universe will automatically compensate by sending you something else so that there is gain. Okay, there's never just loss, continuous loss forever. That's just not how the universe wants to work in balance. It wants to have both. Let's also look at this Daughter of Arrows. Because of this loss, there is an extreme caution to the extreme. Our Daughter of Arrows here. Caution is good when there's danger, right? But because there's such a deep fear of loss right now, the caution element of yourself is becoming crippled. It's crippling you, I should say it this way. It's overcautious, and it's also fooling yourself thinking that you're not really involved in this situation. You think, it has nothing to do with me, I'm out. Okay, so on the outside, you are appearing more calm and collected and cool than what you're actually feeling, because what you're feeling is overwhelm and fear of this deep loss. The Daughter of Arrows is also pulling you out not only of the present moment, but it's pulling you out of your emotions. It's distracting you from feeling what you are actually feeling. So it's creating a barrier between you and the actual reality of your inner life. Okay, so, oh boy. Okay, Aquarius. Advice for Aquarius, please. Okay, present. They keep saying to me present, present, present over and over. And the word present is actually a little play on words, because a present is also a gift. All right, so the present is a gift. The present is a present. When you go into these spaces of worry about the future or fear about what's going to happen, then you're not connected with your gift. You're not connected with the present. And the present of the present, the gift of the present. In the present moment is all of the balance, all of the nourishment, and all of the protection that you need. Okay? There's a harmony and a flow in this card. I just think it's so beautiful with the colors and this circle here. And then we have this DNA looking thing where we have the light and then we have the dark, but it's like above and below being there in one. So in all of these situations where you feel like you're losing, there is an element of something that you are gaining. And a lot of times we don't want to look into that gain because it means that we're going through some kind of transition. We want things to stay the way they were. And when they don't and we have to lose them, then we tend to want to go into grief. But this is asking you to look at this in a bigger picture, to stay balanced and to understand that when you are balanced and centered, you are in the flow of the universe, which is all about give and take. And it's very hard when we're personally connected with what's going on, not to take these things personally, Aquarius. But staying centered and balanced and understanding that there is a natural flow. You will never encounter loss because there is always gain on the other side of loss. This card also depicts that where we've lost the water on here, which the raccoon is trying to get, but we have 2 full ladles of water. So there's something waiting in the future for this raccoon that will actually be contained and nourishing for him. It's not going to be spilt and lost. So, okay, I do want to draw one more card for some advice. It's a closing message for you, Daughter of Horns. Okay, again, connect with the present moment. Find the joy in the present moment. Trust the flow. Trust the flow of your life events. Trust the flow of the universe. Trust that everything that is unfolding and closing and opening is happening in a divine rhythm for you. And when you start to believe that and feel that, you will actually see evidence of why that is. Okay, everything, there is a joyful flow to everything. There's more than enough nourishment and more than enough optimism, happiness. We've got that bluebird up there. And even in the desert, we can have rain, okay? So even in those times of scarcity, there is some kind of blessing. And it's your job, Aquarius, to look for that blessing. Okay. Oh, wow, that was an intense message, Aquarius. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. As you know, I'm also offering one-on-one intuitive readings and soul guidance sessions. If you would like more information, there's a link in the description below to my website, and you can find all the information there. I look forward to seeing you next time, Aquarius, right here.